this little beauty. Okay. So we have 6. What do we actually need? Almost the full 20. Alright, 19.9. So, effectively 20 on the input here. Yeah, effectively 20 with... let's pull up the full block to get an idea of just how many of the thingies making sand we need. 7 in total to supply all of the sand that I need for the various processes. Where else do I need sand in this? Ah, here. An extra 2.2 for the Relesia recipe. Alright. That is fine. That will work. This is greater than 15, though, so we have to worry about the throughput of stuffs. And then all 4 of these are being output in each machine, so we also have to worry about the belt throughputs here, as well as sorting of stuff and voiding of stuff. Yeah, we have to worry about literally all of the above. Now I'm trying to think, is there like a like there's recipes to get because when you think about it, sand is quartz, right? Like sand is grains of quartz for the most part. So why is there like not a way of just getting quartz from sand? Getting like crushed quartz straight from sand. Well, as it turns out, there is this recipe that is crushed quartz from sand that we don't have access to until Blue Science. So, what can I do with my sand? Nothing yet. Because we're going to end up with a lot of sand from this. I would like to do this. This is what you will end up doing with sand. Making crushed quartz and gravel and iron oxide. Don't know why this outputs gravel from sand. They're 2 different grain sizes. If you want to get a geology term, grain size. There is effectively no difference between gravel and sand outside of grain size. Gravel is just bigger pieces than sand. It's all about grains, the size of the individual grains that defines sand, and various levels of sand. There's coarse sand, there's fine sand, there's very coarse, very fine, and you get small enough, and eventually it becomes clay. If it's really fine, it starts to become clay. Ha! Panadon's like, oh, he forgot that was my degree. My master's degree was geology. For reference, the whole concept of grain size, while the actual size is objective, the actual looking, you get these little cards, these little grain size card indicators, and it is up to interpretation by the scientist that's actually looking at with a little magnifying glass, looking at grains with a little card and seeing, okay, is this grain smaller or larger? This grain size on this rock that I've got here. Are these grains smaller or larger than the pictures on your card? So it's very subjective in that manner. Actually defining the grain sizes on a rock. Yeah, even though the actual grain sizes are objective. The actual method of defining it is up to the person looking at it and their interpretation. And I am notoriously bad at actually properly defining grain sizes. That was not a specialty of mine. Yeah, because shape is irregular. You're not really getting perfect spheres to compare sizes to. Yeah, so what is, let's see here. Has this updated? Where's the so 13, 3, 2, and 3. 5, 6, 21. 21? Or 20.9, I should say. Yeah. 5, 15.9, 20.9. Immortal, you've missed basically nothing. I did nothing off screen. So we've just been adding things to the existing build. That's what we've been doing. Just adding. And changing of plans slightly. Slight change of plans. So the current state of plans, Immortal, is I am no longer going to sand extract for the coarse fraction because I need niobium for the sand extractors. And the whole point of doing this is to help me make niobium. So, yeah. We're going to do this solid separation of soil to get coarse fraction to make moss. And this setup is actually reducing our total amount of infrastructure by a lot. By adding 6 solid separators, I now no longer need 1 of the moss farms, nor 5 of the faceted forestries and 1 of the botanical nurseries, and 5 of the wood processing units making biomass. I no longer needed a whole bunch of infrastructure by having these 6 solid separators making the coarse fraction, instead of doing the coarse fraction from iron. So yeah, I mean, it's clearly this is what was intended. But having a use for this recipe, that yeah, I mean, this method was clearly intended because this is giving you both biomass and coarse fraction. And if I was doing seaweed, this is the other thing. If I was doing the og food recipe, og food is seaweed, and guess what seaweed uses? Limestone. Limestone is a seaweed recipe. So I could shove limestone into seaweed into og food and ever so slightly reduce the number of ogs that I need. Ever so slightly reduce the number of og paddocks. I mean, it's not a big difference. And I would need to input more tin in the end, but and the food itself would also mean I would need even more moss, so things scale very differently if I was doing the og food. What do you mean, how close is it to perfect ratio? It's... I don't even know what ratios are. I mean, frankly. It doesn't produce enough biomass. It's still another how much short is it on the biomass by comparison for this particular process? Where is it? It's here. It's like 0.7 off on the biomass. I'm still getting 0.7 more via logs. So let's see. I need Oh, joy. I need to actually do this a little bit differently, don't I? Yeah. So, this will look very weird. You're just gonna have to, like, trust me on this. I need to keep these inserters separated a bit from each other and have, like, two per thing. Let's, like, define a thing and, this is what you do when you don't have Bob's adjustable inserters installed. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is the total amount for 6 is going to be a lot. Why? Hello. Random thing was on the ground. And that's 3, and then that will go to the side. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Ta-da! So that's how you do it with inserters. In the alternative, I could just use loaders. Loaders and splitters. And it would have all come out even with loaders. I mean, this is just an alternative to loaders, is doing it like this. Inserters will always put on the outside. This just puts it on the inside, and it's even. So the loader alternative would have been just to have 3 out. Like that, and then just had off to the side and just duplicated that. But yeah, so this is the inserter method of doing the exact same thing. In the alternative, I could also like do the filtering on the loader side of things. Yes, I know that Bob's inserters are compatible. That's one point of complexity that, or one point that I didn't want. I didn't want adjustable inserters. Because the adjustable inserters completely change how you build a base. How you design completely changes if the inserters are adjustable in that way. So I want to make it so that I can share blueprints, and it's a lot easier to do that if I use the standard layouts on the inserters. Just for reference, actually going to separate these. Like so. Okay. I haven't looked at Fusion. Immortal, that's one thing that I don't ever look at is Fusion. I don't ever pay attention to anything happening with Fusion. It will, when I need to do Fusion, is when I will look at it and make the determination of whatever the current state is at the time of Fusion. Well, with me, with the adjustable inserter thing is, with the Bob's adjustable inserters, you can end up having it go 3 away, rather than just the long-handed inserters 2 away. You can have it go 3 away, and you can choose whether it's outputting on the inside or outside. So you can have really amazing setups where you can have inserters all the way out here, or here, I should say. You could have an inserter here that is getting a thing from here and outputting all the way out here, right? So you can have that many lanes of belts being output on each side of a machine. On each side of a machine. And you can do the 90 degrees. Yeah, it's like, oh boy, it really changes. It really changes how you design with your inserters. It is a massive difference in the designs with the inserters once you get to that point of using the adjustable inserters. I will note that I have the Ultimate Inserters mod. Or the Ultra Fast Inserters mod. I have Ultra Fast Inserters. Guess what? Ultra Fast Inserters has, in the late game, adjustable inserters. It has adjustable inserters that cost a lot to make. So I technically do have those types of inserters, but I wasn't going to use them for that purpose. I wasn't going to actually use the adjustable inserters, even though I have them technically from the Ultrafast Inserters mod, wherever the heck the tech is for that. Wherever this right here, the ultra fast configurable inserters. They cost stuff, long-handed and stacks, 4 each to make one with circuit 2s. So yeah, these things, they're expensive. They are expensive to make, but they are configurable technically. I'm not going to use these. I will use these, not the configurable ones. And I will only use these for very specific purposes when I need to. Things like the mall. The mall can make use of the ultra-fast inserters for a number of the buildings in particular. That, like, only when needed for speed of moving things. Anyway, let's continue with this. I was working on this setup. We're not going to do like the logistic stuff quite yet. Instead, we're going to get the sand extractors, soil extractors, excuse me, placed. 7 of those placed, making soil. So yeah, I want to, before I take my break, have the infrastructure placed, and then we can spend the second half just dealing with the logistics of this, because it's going to be a lot. We'll have to design some train station inputs and do all that good stuff, so you can actually watch and see how I do the design on the train stations for the actual receiver stations, the requester stations, I should say. Being able to set those up, and I can explain what I do there. Hey, that's actually perfect. I only need the 1. The 1 is fine. Let's see. Then it's Releasias. glorious Releasias. They're going to need a thingy making seeds. And then all 15? Oh boy. 15 glorious Releasia plantations. There we go. On this beautiful recipe. Oh yeah, how's this fixed? Oh hey, it's fixed. By the way, the level 2 and the level 3 recipes have now been fixed. Yay. They are fixed. They are fixed. Hello, Slamonite. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We have been live for about an hour. Already. About an hour. I am surprised. It's been an hour already? Oh boy. Oh boy, I can't believe it. Already an hour? Already an hour and I haven't like finished the infrastructure yet? Alright, pipes. Lots of pipes. And inserters and stuffs and all that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid inputs. Okay, you. This is all fine. Fine and dandy. Don't forget the... Oh. Right. Right, yeah. That's not gonna work out. That should, though. Yay, it works. Functional! Huzzah. That will be that. So there's a lot of that logistics done on the Releasia. Of course, the Releasia needs to, like, split. And do that type of thing. And then get used for whatever. Just have to make sure that I don't forget to do that. That's why I'm doing it now. It's very, very important having your priorities straight there. Alright, well, what is the next? What is the next? The automated factories here. 2 of them. Making Ulric food. Ulric food, wherefore art thou? Here. Alright, this would feed each other, right? With the steam? I think I've had this before. These actually would feed each other. If I did the steam input right here, I think it actually does pass through. Somehow. I can test this. But, yeah, so I need 2, is what this says. With ash, mushrooms, wood seeds, Releasia, tin. So the tin and ash are going to be brought in via train, and then I need steam, so I need something to fuel the steam. I also need to bring tar in anyway, so guess what I'm gonna have for my steam supply, because I need to then also make wherefore art thou? These this right here, some of this. Am I doing the sticks already? No, not doing the sticks already. Rods, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, then cages. Cages! Glorious cages. Because when the Ulric 80% fails, in that 20% of the times where you don't get the Ulric back, it eats the cage. You don't get the cage back, even if you don't get the Ulric. Which, you know, sucks. Because it becomes not closed loops until you start doing recipes that are. Alright, so that'll be all that. Needs titanium in as well. Cannot forget to bring the titanium in. So, do I have any, like, text plate stuff on me? No. Of course not. Why would I have text plate stuff on me? Yes, better recipes increases the cage return rate. Which, yeah, it's true. So, TI, SN, PB, tar, ash. I think that's it. So these are the requester stations. Requester train stations that I'll need. 5 of them. Titanium, tin, lead, tar, and ash. Yeah, I'm probably gonna still be doing the Ulric the rest of this day. Alright. I don't think I'm missing anything anymore. Outside of the actual placement of the Ulric corrals and the slaughterhouses. Alright, Ulric! 73 Ulric! How? What way, shape, form are we going to do this? And I'm carrying exactly 73 on me, which is a shame. I should carry the 74, not 3. So, one long line of 73? How does that sound? How does one long line of 73 sound? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 50? We don't have a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2. I do. No, I don't. I do. You sneaky bastard. Well, redo it. Where is it? All the way down there, of course. You. Auto-saving. Alright. Count them up. 27. 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3. A few moments later, yes, we no longer have a gap. No gaps. No gaps on this day. Logistics will be amazing. Just for reference, the logistics will be amazing on this. It's going to be lots of belts that I do not have on me at the moment. This is why I said we were going to be doing the logistics after the break. We'll probably take the break a few minutes early and then come back and do the logistics. So yeah, lots of horsies. Lots of horsies. Fortunately, it's like still within my it's still within my block. It's still within the limitations of my little like makeshift block arrangement ish. I don't have any like predefined sizes on how I'm setting up any of this. It's just sure. Anyhoozle. That just leaves placing down the 8 glorious slaughterhouses. Yeah, you're gonna destroy these guys to give me bone meal. Okay, so that's 8 of these, 73 of these. I need to put what I have of the Ulrics in these. This will be really slow at the start. And, yeah, so just logistics work. Yes, that is totally an icon. That is totally a thing. It's the surprised horse. It's so shocked that it's going to be converted into bone meal. So I could start it and go to break. Yeah, no. It's still going to be a lot of logistics work to get it started. Speaking of which, this is also quite important, and this is the barreling of water. This. Quite important. There you go. Ta-da! Alright. That, I think, does end that. So, logistics, work, and that'll take up probably the rest of the stream. just doing this logistics work. With that, it will be time about 15 minutes early for our break, so that when we come back, we can just do logistics and not have to worry about anything else taking up time. I will need to make barrels, yes, but that's a one-time ever thing. That is a one-time thing. Uh, I just have to make enough barrels to fill the lineup without it backing up and let it move. But after that, it's 1-to-1 barrel filling to empty barrel production. That is one thing that does not exactly change. That is one thing that does not change in this, because you will always get your barrels back. You will not always get your cage if it fails. You will always get your barrels back, so we don't need to worry about having a consistent setup for that. Yeah, so I will take a break. I will be back in a few minutes.